morning to you as well. My man Smoke is with us already, as well as my little sister, Morning Janae. Before we begin, as always, I'd just like to take a moment out to say thank you. Thank you, my Lord and Savior, for opening my eyes this morning. It's another beautifully cold and snowy day here in Michigan, southeastern Michigan, the major metropolitan city we call Detroit, Michigan. It's where I call home. I got love for Houston, Texas. I got love for Atlanta. I got love for Chicago and so many other places around this planet, but there's no place like home. We are your new number one 24-hour streaming station that plays jazz and so much more. We are WJZDRadioDetroit.com. Yes, this is the Rise and Grind Morning. I'm your guy, Don Allen. Janae, you going to the gym in this stuff? I tell you what, they're delivering my snowblower today. Let me come over and at least do the driveway for you. I got to plug in because it's electric. Now, you're going to slip and slide everywhere else, but I'm going to at least hook a sister up, okay? I got out and shoveled the snow yesterday. I posted it, and thank you all for those wonderful comments. Good morning, baby. Smoke Joe say, I definitely got popsicle toes this morning. No joke. Waldo, what up, Doe? Waldo, who just recently got back from Houston, Texas, barely. Brenda, well, good morning. Waldo was stuck in Houston, and I could think of a billion different places that, would be awful if you got stuck in. Houston is not one of them. However, they had snow, and I know how Houston responds to snow. They shut the city down virtually. So there are, with all the wonderful restaurants they have in Houston, you can't go to none of them because they're closed. Number two, they shut off the overpasses because they're like 4 or 5 stories high, and they're slippery, and they don't use salt on their roads, and they don't have the infrastructure to move the snow out of the way, so people crash. They play dodgem cars. And I don't care if you got an F-150. I don't care if you got a Sherman tank.
Now listen.
Tell them, man.
WJZD Radio, Detroit.com.
Okay, like I was saying, I don't care if you got a tank. If it's ice, you're going to slide. And they haven't picked up that concept in Houston yet, but it's okay. But Waldo is safe back at home now. Dietrich, good morning to you. Brenda J. Nemox. Let's get started.
It's a lazy afternoon.
Contrary to what she's singing about, it's a cold and windy day. Coming up this hour musically, we'll begin with Minnie Riperton. Also, Incognito is on the way. Stevie Wonder. And I got a classic for y'all. Every time I think about it, it makes me think about my mom. And it'll probably make you think about what your mama used to tell you too. Also on the way, Bob James, Mays, George Benson, Jared Lawson, who is on his way to Detroit. I will tell you when. I will tell you where. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, the man with the plan. The show is now transforming. It is going from the Rise and Grind. That's right. It's going from the Rise and Grind to Don Juan in the morning. What's up, baby?
What's up, Doe?
What's going on? I didn't know whether you were coming or not. I know you were super busy. Miriam Davis, good morning, baby. How you doing?
Oh, yeah. I had to come. I was doing the show. So.
Oh, that's right. You were doing your show.
Yep.
And I'm so glad you came over and joined us. Let me tell you, it has been crazy. I'm still waiting on my snowblower. And, at this rate, I might get it in the spring.
That's why you have kids, so you don't have to wait on your snowblower.
I'm 64. I ain't having no damn cheering. Yeah, that's unacceptable. It's not going to happen. Wait a minute. I was out last night, briefly, and I went to Honest John's. It's over in Wayne State District.
Right, I know it.
And so I'm sitting at the end of the bar. Me and the manager are just kicking it, talking about, she's getting ready to get married, and they postponed it, and for no other reason that they have to get things in order, which is also our topic of the day, hot topic of the day. How long is it acceptable to be engaged? But we'll get to that in a second.
Oh Lord.
So I get up and I go to the
We
bathroom.
had this discussion before.
Yeah, that's what Dawn said. But it was so good, let's bring it back. But anyway, I'm coming out and I see my whole high school graduating class sitting there. I saw the group of people when I came in out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, okay, it's a group of folks over there. I don't want to disturb anyone. I'll just sit at the end of the bar. So I eat and I have a cocktail and I'm kicking it with the manager, and I go to the bathroom, and then as I pass this group, I hear someone say, "Hey, Don." And I look down, and it's the class president, Alex Allen, Pam Davis, Greg Berry, and it was a few other people there. I couldn't remember everybody's name. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought this was my spot. Actually, it was Dawn's spot before it was my spot. So,
Wait, we forgot something.
Oh, go ahead.
Good morning, Dawn. How are we doing today? I just got a little bit of things to do today, but I had to stop and say good morning to you.
I get the background music.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now getting back to the hot topic of the day, since you and Dawn agree that we've done this before.
Yes.
I still got to know, because she and I got in this long discussion. I was like, when do you think it's going to, how long is it, at what time is it acceptable to say, okay, we're engaged, let's get married on this date? I know couples actually sit down and plan for this, and as it draws closer, they wish they had a couple more weeks especially if it's a big wedding, to organize and get ready, but is 2 or 3 years acceptable? Because especially if you're talking a big wedding, you got a big family, she got a big family, everybody's flying in for it, and I've actually been to a wedding. This is a true story. At Hartford, somebody got married, and it was a beautiful sunshiny day, and I thought this was going to be a marriage made in heaven. And the second the wedding started, God stepped in, as I like to say, right? The clouds got dark. It started raining and hailing. The lights flickered off and on.
Why did that have to be God?
Wait a minute, because it was sunshiny all the way up until the vows. And as soon as that man opened his mouth and started professing his love and what he gonna do, God was like, he lied.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that was, because of the fact that it lasted 6 months, if that, and he got caught, and they were divorced. I ain't gonna mention no names. What was the name of that location I was at? Which one, Pat? Patricia Boykins wasn't.
You talking about Honest John's?
Honest John's. It's over on Selden and Cass. Really a nice casual place. Great food, great cocktails, and it's where I sneak away. I get away and go over there and just chill. Dawn introduced me to it, and it's just, I love the quesadillas over there. I'm a Mexican food nut, so I love their quesadillas. Oh, see, Waldo knows where it's at. It's like a nice spot, Only tricky part about that, over there they have changed the parking laws, and they are hot on tickets over there because people are parking in front of their apartment buildings, and the residents can't find a place to park. Yep. Oh, Elva, Alex? Wasabi Corey Brown. Corey, did you make it to the Whispers concert? It was sold out. I wanted to go, and I could have went down there, no big deal, but it was a black tie event. Now, when you take into consideration it was cold and slippery outside, I was like, I ain't trying to put no tux on. My woman is out of town, so I don't want to go by myself, And of late, Corey and Carol, Vince and Carolyn, and somebody else, another couple I know, everybody wanted me to go out with them, and I'm like, I don't want to be a third wheel. That's a good question. Let's see.
Sometime.
How do you feel about being a third wheel?
What? Oh, you froze. What did you say?
I froze.
Yeah.
It is chilly, but I didn't freeze. Anyway,
I say you got to learn to treat yourself sometime.
yeah, and I did. How do you feel about being the third wheel? Even if y'all all just friends, but if one pair is coupled off, do you feel comfortable being that third wheel? I know I don't. Well, sometimes I do. If it's like me, Vince, and Carol, okay. If it's me, Corey, and Carol, okay. But it's got to be the perfect storm. You know what I'm saying? If we all G'd up and we going out, which is how Corey and I normally do it. We get G'd up and we, hit it. Okay, here he comes back. Let's bring Juan back in. I think he was making some technical adjustments. Juan is always doing something technical.
Adjust your view.
Adjust my view like this.
No, yeah, that plus your side by side.
My side by side. How do I do that?
Down at the bottom.
Okay.
Where
I just clicked on it.
Hold on. Here I come.
Oh God, here we go. See, Juan he's a technical guru. He will come into my computer. Here he is. I see you. Let's move that down. All right.
Do this one.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Or do that one. There you go. All right.
Okay.
I'm out.
And I did that with no hands, folks. He was doing that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, third wheels. Is it cool to be a third wheel? Well, I guess it's not all the time. It's cool to go out with your friends, just as friends, even if they're married and you're sitting there single. It's okay to be single. And see, Patricia agrees with me. There's nothing wrong with if hanging out with good friends. Dawn says, I have no problem with being a third wheel. You better not be no third wheel, because I'm here. Anyway.
Yeah. That's funny.
Let's see. Waldo said, hey, Lloyd, tall black guy, and Zoe, soundboard next Friday. I don't know what that one's all about. Wait, yeah, do you know, wait a minute. Juan, have you ever been to Honest John's?
Yes.
Have you ever been in the bathroom there? It's like graffiti heaven. You go, everybody the mirror has graffiti on it. The air hand dryer blower has graffiti on it. It's like, some college students, it's in a college area. Everybody wants to sign their name. And with that being said, they have signed the urinals. They have signed everything. And it's almost scary to touch anything in there. You'd want to wash your hands, but But it's really a cool place. It's very well kept. It's clean. It's just signed every damn where. And Dawn says she wants to do a wild photo shoot in there. I think that would be a great idea. If you've never been to Honest John's, they're very cool. It's very casual, very laid back. And I did make a comment. I was sitting at the bar eating, and me and the manager were kicking. I was like, first, let me say, that is some very culturally stimulating music you're playing. It was a rap song, and it was cuss, and it was a girl talking about eat my this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Honest John's?
Yeah. Well, it was a laid-back night, and I was like, whoa. You came back in, Juan?
Yeah. I had to do some stuff.
Okay. You tagged the wall outside the men's bathroom. Don't be doing that. Dawn, shame on you. What's up, Anthony Henderson? Checking in from Kansas City in Chiefs Super Bowl year. Oh, no. This is the Lions Super Bowl year, baby. Now, speaking of which.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, let's talk Lions for a second. I did post something. If you go to my Facebook page right now, you will see it. It's Dan Campbell, the coach of the Detroit Lions. Dang, I didn't realize you know what? I may have to change this because y'all just going outrageous on posting stuff on my page. I let everybody post on it. And if I don't like it, I'll just pull it off. I'll hide it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dan Campbell, somebody posted something, and it was interesting to me. Let me see if I can find it first. Oh, my God. I didn't realize everybody posted some crazy. No, it's not my page. That's why, Don. Okay, let's go to my page. Okay. It says, those fans who kept the faith, you deserve this. To the doubters, stay off our train. It's too late for you. Now, I disagree
Let those
with
people
that.
jump on the bandwagon.
Exactly. Well, you got to understand. For those of you, half of y'all just were just born, and y'all found the Detroit Lions, and y'all no matter win or lose, we're going to support y'all and ride with you, and that's all very, very honorable. Okay, but you got to understand, I'm 64. I got into football when I was 9 or 10. And I was too light in the behind to play. The coach actually told me, he was like, I respect your
Wait a
heart,
minute, you
guard.
how old?
I'm 64.
Damn.
I'll be 65 this year. I am retiring this year, not
That's
from
my Kevin
radio.
Hart invitation. Damn.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing about it, is it cool for people from Detroit who have been, and we witnessed, the sorry seasons that Detroit has endured. We were there for Billy Sims. I was there for Lim Barney and Mel Farr
Me
at
too.
Tiger Stadium. And they're going to tell me I can't get on this train. You know,
Ah.
I mean, okay, yeah, I rode with the Patriots for a while. You know why? Because of Tom Brady. And Tom Brady was a Michigan man. So
Yep.
there was a Michigan tie there. Okay? And I mean, see, y'all can't. I get it. Y'all get emotional. We've been riding with them since the beginning. I'm like, you wasn't here. They won the world championship back in 1952. Were you here then? I mean, those are the same people who are saying, can you bring back my chats? Oh, yeah, let me go back to my chats. I want to see what people are saying on this. Can you say that where you were there when the Detroit Lions played at Tiger Stadium? No, you can't say that, but I can. I went to a game in the cold as a child. I went to the Silver Dome. I witnessed some of that. I stood on the field at the Silver Dome during the game. Okay? When I worked at WDRQ, we had passes. But I was on the field. And I was rooting for the team. They lost, but, we got drunk and didn't care. Let's see. John B says, good morning, Don and Juan. Be safe while driving out there. It is not the best conditions. We already know that. And I ain't going out till my snowblower get here today. That's it. I ain't shoveling no more. Me and Auntie are in the house. We have eaten breakfast. She's had her meds. She's good. I'm good. I ain't going outside till I hear the ding dong of the bell.
Wow.
And Waldo says the whole world loves the Lions. Let's ride. And it's
Right.
enough,
They love them now.
it's enough room on. If they lose,
We
so
still
what?
did. We still did good.
We did good. Okay, that's number one. Number two, let me explain something. If the Lions get to the Super Bowl and they lose, I think we should still have a parade for them.
We will.
I think
Oh,
we
don't
should
doubt
still
it.
have a full-fledged marching
Don't doubt
band, march down Woodward parade for these guys, because they put the spotlight back on us. Morning, Fei Fei. What's up, baby?
I see my sister in the house. What's up, Maiko?
Is that how you say that, Maiko?
Yes, Maiko.
Michael Baldwin. Good morning. See, Dawn says, I don't care who jumps on the train as long as it puts more money in my pocket when I go to the back. Because she worked with the Lions. Dawn worked with, she was like, I don't care. Y'all get, the paycheck ain't bounced, did it?
Look, I've been a Lions fan ever since I was a kid. My dad was a Lions fan. I've been there when Lim Barney was there and Billy Sims and the Silver Dome. I shot some games when I worked at Comcast at the Silver Dome, and then when they moved back down here to Ford Field, I've been on Ford Field. I've been a Lions fan ever since I was a kid. So, with that being said, I don't mind the new bandwagon people because I know they'll be gone when next season.
Well, no, there's one guy, Mike Mitchell. I work with Mike. Mike is Mike has been there and when they were just dragging them through the mud. When the Lions were a joke, they're no longer a joke. Now, what I don't like is, I got big respect for Terry Bradshaw, one of the greatest of all time to ever play the game. Michael Strahan and all of those cats that do the little interviews and all of that. But if you notice now listen to them. They do not give the Lions their due.
Nobody has though. Nobody has.
None of them.
Even
I got a problem with that.
Even when we had the game, the last game, only one of the commentators really talked about the Lions. because the only thing they did when the Lions won was talk about Matthew Stafford losing.
Yeah. It was more about Matthew Stafford losing the game than it was about Jared Goff winning the game. And they made a big stake about the Cowboys losing. I'm happy they lost. You know,
Who's not happy the Cowboys lost?
I was more happy watching the Cowboys lose
They got
that I enjoyed.
trounced.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. I enjoyed
And then
that
they
more.
played with them. Then they played with the Cowboys toward the end of the
Yeah,
game. They just played with them.
it was
Let
like
them get another touchdown. And, oh, we know we got this
it
game.
was like if the Harlem Globetrotters played football. That's what you saw. They had the ball with the
Man,
string on it, and
right. They played with them. They knew they won the game. They put second string in and took some of their starters out so they won't be hurt because we know we go into the next game. So
and
why
see,
put our
Dawn says it's all about ratings with the trash talk. I agree, but you still have
But
to
they
speak
wasn't
what's
trash
right.
talking. They wasn't trash talking. They was just not talking about the
Right,
Lions.
right. They weren't talking bad about them. They just weren't giving them their props.
The only props they gave us was when they went into the locker room, and that was
Uh,
it. And the props didn't come from any of the commentators; it came from the coach.
Now, here's what I think. Wait a minute. Brenda said the refs could not help the Cowboys this time. Yeah, they weren't
Jerry
accepting
Jones,
checks.
he got enough money, but he don't have enough money for everybody.
He just Brenda. They weren't accepting checks. They needed cash, and Jerry was trying to cash app them, and it didn't go through. They talk trash about them because as people we love the drama. The more we talk about them, the more money they will make, and the ratings will go
No,
up.
the
That's
reason
not the
they
way it
talk,
works.
the reason they talk trash, trash about the Lions because the Lions have been in the gutter for so many years.
Yeah,
that
historically.
they think this year is a fluke,
Yeah, and
and
they
that's
they
that's
won't
why
get their props until the big dance.
Yep. If the Li-
And
if I'm gonna say this next game against Tampa Bay, I know the Lions got it. Okay,
now
let's
here's
just say
the deal. When the Lions get to Kansas City, and I know Anthony is listening, and he is in Kansas City right now, we will have to play you. But, Anthony, my brother, you got to get past the Ravens. And
that. First off, let's say Kansas City even wins because the Ravens is on a hot streak. Kansas City, how many games have you lost before you got?
the first game of the season, we beat them.
Oh yeah, I know.
Pine
And
Top
they
Jackson, my man, what's going on?
they was a returning champions and they got beat by the Lions.
Yeah, wait a minute. Also, you got to look on your list. There's a guy named Pine Top Jackson. Now, Juan, you really need to get with this guy because he does something I find fascinating. He goes into old theaters, old churches, old nightclubs that have long since been dilapidated, and he takes his phone and he videotapes what he's seeing. He's been to the Phelps Lounge. He's been into the old, I think he went into the train station before they started repairing it.
It was beautiful still.
Yeah, he goes into old churches, old theaters, and Juan, you really got to get, because he's got some great footage. B, I think both between you and him, that would be an awesome documentary. Awesome
We can set some
documentary.
stuff up.
I'll work with him. I'm gonna hook you up with him, okay?
All right, do that.
Yeah, but getting back to the Lions, we were having a good talk here. These commercials we're gonna put them on pause for a second. When when the Lions win, and they will win, and like I said, I don't care if they just get to the big dance. If you get to the big dance, I'm gonna spearhead a parade for the Lions down Woodward Avenue if it ain't snowing.
Oh, then you're not a real Lions fan. You already know that.
Hey man, how many lions you seen up in Alaska? All right,
I
then.
know. I know about there's some snow lions out there. There's some snow lions.
No, those are snow tigers. Tigers are known
There's
for
some
being
snow
up in.
lions out there, and then there's ligers that are
No, you lying.
no. There's a such thing as a liger.
Oh,
If you look
yeah,
it
that's
up,
a lion, half tiger.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
and they're in the upper countries of India where you can see the
And
where
they
there's
ain't got no
snow.
damn snow.
They do in the mountains. Yes, they do.
And they ain't got no mountains.
Where I'm gonna need you to get a geography book.
How do you know
Where you
geography
think
book?
Istanbul is?
That sounds like some bull.
You know what is wrong with you? I'm gonna need you to read a geography book.
I, you know, man, I'm a student of geography, and I'm just pulling your chain, and I realize but I don't believe there are any lions up there. I'm
No,
just saying.
tigers a lot, but
Yeah.
there are some ligers that are the mixed ones that are
Oh,
out there in the snowy areas.
you know. Well, ain't none in Detroit. Let's put it that
We're
way.
all snow lions. We're all snow lions. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Well,
If
this
you're
no
a
lions.
Lions fan, you're a snow
If
lion.
we go to the Detroit Zoo, we gonna have to go indoors to see the lions because they ain't coming out. Lion go
They're
look.
like, no, forget this crap.
Lion be like, hell no, I'm the king of the pride, the king of the beast. You know. I was getting ready to say something real bad, but I'm
Right?
like, you know, to
Mark
my
said
women,
you
to
in the
my
jelly
wife
jar
out there.
early.
Good morning, Ann Howard. Welcome to the Rise and Grind. No, I'm not in the jelly jar this early, Waldo. Waldo, I have not been drinking. So what if you see a bottle of Hidden Cove right here? I'm not drinking it. I'm drinking coffee. It's right here.
We're hitting cove in it.
Yeah, well, Brenda J. Nemec's Parade, snow or not, I'm an old Detroiter and went to school with snow up to my knees. And you're right. Everybody was talking about that other photo I posted on Facebook. And, oh, wait a minute. Here comes our old school jam. Everybody was talking about this photo that I posted with the picture of the kids going to school uphill in a mountain of snow. This is the throwback I was telling everybody about. Remember what Mama used to say?
Yep.
Mama used to say, "Get your ass out there with that shovel that driveway, the walkway, and do Miss Ruth's next door, because she a senior citizen. Get hers too." The kids today are soft. I took my 64-year-old behind out there. Look on Facebook on my page. You'll
Here
see
we go.
from the garage all the way to the street, the sidewalk, the front, all the way to the porch. I did the porch. Then I went back and salted it all down just for good measure. Ain't seen nary kid out there. Us old G's was out there getting that snow.
That's how it is. You got to show the kids how to do it.
No, it don't take no rocket science. A shovel don't come with instructions, okay? Put on some.
You have to show children how to enjoy the winter, just like they enjoy the summer.
You see that? See, you one of them folks that don't believe in whooping children either.
Ooh,
You know what? Is it okay to whoop your child?
I will fire kids behind up. You better ask them.
Here's the deal. Is it all right to, because see, that's the problem.
Wait a minute. Why are you asking? Is it all right? Because that varies from parent to parent. That varies from parent to parent.
Steffiana Maria Williams is watching us. Dewey Gale Jackson watching us. Is it okay? I have to ask this okay because some people simply just don't believe. You have to reason with the child. Let me explain something to you.
It's a
The
child.
It's a child. It don't know. It can't spell reason. Of course, I will kick a kid's ass.
Lord, Jesus.
Now,
that's abuse right there.
Kevin Porter, what's happening?
Go behind is out in my book. I'm not telling you more than once. Once I say it the second time and you ain't acting right, now the third time I'm tearing out the belt.
Oh, see, that's my sister talking to him.
See?
That's right. And
See?
she went to school with mom. She was one of my mama's students because my mom told you one time. And the next time she coming back with weaponry.
I'm gonna tell you one time, and then I'm gonna look at you. Because by the third time, if I have to get up in and come in the third time, if I have to say it one more time, I'm not even talking when I come in the room. I'm coming in swinging.
Wait a minute. Tell my sister. Brenda said, "Speak, sister." Of course.
Hey,
of course, they
girl,
whine. That's abuse.
Sweetie is in the house. Good morning, Sweetie.
Faye say, "Whoop that ass." Good morning.
Whoop
We done got a rise
that,
out of them.
Whoop that.
I have never seen.
I'm be singing it when I whoop
Miriam
'em.
says, "Shoe to switch off a tree," and that's the problem.
You said no third time tweeting.
Wait a minute. See, and It all begins with giving the kids responsibility when they are young. Giving them chores to do. If they don't complete those tasks that you give them to do, because they're mediocre tasks. You put your shoes, your socks, your long johns, your boots, you get a shovel, and you'll figure it out. See the snow, move it to the side. A to B. Make it big enough so we can get a car in and out of here. A to B. And I don't want to do it. I want to play on my Xbox.
Hold
you
on.
want this
I'm
put up
telling
your
you.
ass too.
I'm telling you, you go outside, you show them how to do it the first time, but then the next time you ain't got to show them. You had to show them how to cut the grass. You had to show them how to use the lawnmower. Show them how to shovel the walkway all the way. See, in our house, we had to shovel the driveway, the sidewalk, and the curb area in front of the house so the cars can pull up.
Yep.
We didn't just push the snow out into the street and just leave it. We had to push the snow to the middle of the street. Let the cars
so
run
the cars
over
run over it so it goes away.
But the curb got to be clean, because when my dad comes from work, he's not driving up and trying to
Rock
get
the
close
car.
to the curb and all that other stuff. Nope. We'll be out there shoveling snow at 3 a.m. I'm trying to tell you.
And
So
see, Pat didn't play that. Patty Poole did not play that. She was like, "Oh no, have that driveway done when I get home." So here's my mom's train of thought. When she's coming down Murray Hill, she wants to, and she gets 2-3 houses away. She wants to be able to smoothly turn into the driveway and pull all the way up and get out and and because she has things to do too. She's got to come in. She's gonna get dinner ready for her 3 boys, and at least the thing at least her 3 boys can do is get that driveway clear. Because if you don't, there's going to be hell to pay. She don't care if you did your homework. She don't care if you did nothing else. She didn't do what she told you to do. Because
we had to do the neighbors and ours.
We did
on
too.
each side. So we had to do the neighbors' walkway. They had to do their own driveway and steps and everything. But we had to do the walkway in front of our house, their house, and on the other side, their house. The walkway on their house.
Well, Dewey said he'd chop a kid in the throat if they didn't do what he said to do. Damn.
As soon as they start saying, but I don't.
Wait a minute. Your girl Dawn, she cut grass, shoveled snow, and built a garbage can stand. Okay, I've never heard of a garbage can stand.
Oh yeah, I heard of garbage can stands.
I
hear of garbage can stands.
Yeah, well, that's I was real.
And we had to spray out the garbage can and then put.
Now we had to do that
and put Fabuloso in it. We had to clean the garbage cans out.
We didn't have Fabuloso. We used Roman cleanser.
No, we used bleach. We used bleach and what was that? No. What was the fragrance cleaner back in the day? Lysol, yeah. Pine Sol. That's what it was.
Pine Sol. Okay,
Pine
yeah.
Sol.
And
it was bleach and Pine Sol.
So my question now goes, and Tweety pretty much answered it for me. She said these kids today have a spirit of entitlement. Well, who's responsible for that? Who's responsible for that spirit of entitlement? Yeah, it's the parents' fault.
Y'all mad because y'all had to grow up a certain way, shoveling snow and going outside and staying outside until your parents called you in because they didn't want to be bothered with y'all when they got home from work. Y'all go outside and play. I don't want to hear all that noise.
Yeah, because let's keep it real. When you're a parent, you got a mama and daddy at home. They sent you outside so they can get their freak on in the inside. And don't come back in here until I call you. You remember that?
I don't know about that because I was outside.
We didn't know what the hell was going on.
No, I didn't know what was going on because when we got outside, we stayed outside. We was playing everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We was all down at the park. You know, when we got older, we was able to go to the park. But it was enough of us because it was always a bunch of kids in the house.
Oh, it was a gang of us.
It was like 15 of us all the time in the house. So we had people to play basketball with.
Big Anthony said they had to call him in.
I know is
Anthony was down the street 4-5 blocks.
We had to stay on the block. We had to stay on the block. And while we were on the block, the street lights hit, we was on the porch.
See, and my mom had rules.
Don't
be on your way. Don't be down the street coming here. Have your ass on this porch when those lights come on. And
You hear that first buzz. That's your signal
That-
you making your way down the
they
street.
don't
Because
buzz,
if
no.
you lived on the end, you had at least 2 minutes before that second warning
Do you
came
need a
on,
do you need
and
a
you had
mic?
to get
she
down.
do.
You need a mic.
No, I don't.
Oh, we just struck a nerve.
All I know is when them street lights hit, when they come on, you got
Mhm.
5 minutes. That's it.
I didn't get 5 minutes grace.
We had 5 minutes grace because we could have been down the street like a lot of times.
My
I was down
mom,
the street at my
my
friend's
mom
house.
worked it out. She was like, "Don't be here and see what happened."
Look, all I know is when that street before them street lights hit real good and turned
Uh-huh.
on, when that zzz,
And
you heard
Dewey-
that first, we gotta go.
Dewey's got it right. He said kids don't go out now. They just step on PlayStation and stuff like that. They don't even know how to throw a football. They don't know how to
That
throw a
ain't the kids'
baseball. They
fault.
don't even
That's
ride
not the
bikes.
kids' fault. Don't
They
be
used to.
saying kids.
That is the
they don't
parents'
know how to
fault.
do- That
I
ain't
mean,
the kids' fault.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Don't
When
blame that on the
when
kids.
what was that? The first one that came out, the Sega Genesis, Nintendo, PlayStation,
no,
whatever it was.
Atari 2600. and
What was the first one that
ColecoVision.
had the CD in it?
Oh, that was Sega.
Okay, now I bought one of those just because I wanted to see what it was all about. Back then it was $200 or something like that, 100,
Uh-huh.
100, $200. I might have played it once, and I'm like, okay, what's next? What else? What else? To me, I don't have the dexterity, the hand-eye coordination with the buttons and the switches and all of that.
You know, the
I'm
only
like-
time we got to play video games
What's that?
on the weekend when it was late. After that, we wasn't in the house playing video games unless it was raining outside and all our friends had came over. We were playing video games. Other than that, shoot, we still went out and played in the rain.
Oh, I mean, you could always tell, where everybody was. Because in my house, we had a long driveway, and my mom would get upset because she couldn't pull her car up. Everybody's bike was in our driveway. We either be in the basement playing pool or in the backyard. And then when she got home, go to the park, go down to the park. She didn't want to be bothered with all these kids, but to this day, my friends, and Corey can attest to this, they call my mom, Mom.
Yeah, all my
You
friends
know,
did. All my friends called my
Corey,
dad.
Carrie, Ray, Dewey, they call my mom, Mom. And if they get hungry right now, if my mom was in this city right now, and Corey's like, Mom, I need some red beans and rice. She was like, you want some red beans and rice, baby? I got you. Don't worry. Come out here this evening. And my mom would have a big freaking bowl of red beans and
Look.
rice and throw in some cornbread with it.
My mom would do that for all my friends before she would do that for me. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mama, I'm hungry.
Okay, true story.
Go in the refrigerator, get you something to eat.
True story. I was the
Let my
manager.
friend come over. Let
Wait a minute.
Brian or
I was the manager.
Shelley.
I was the manager at the Black Orchid. And for those of you who don't know what the Black Orchid was, it was a gentleman's club. The heck with that. It was a strip club. And my mom knew that. And she called me up and I was like, hey, Mom, what's up? She was like, what's up? I was like, I'm hungry. I want some red beans and rice. She was like, oh, no problem. My mom hooked up a gigantic bowl of red beans and rice and a big thing of cornbread, brought it up to the club, and it was a slow day. Do you know he had enough? I ate good. Security ate good. The bartenders ate good. The strippers ate good. And some of the guests came in. They had some. I took 2 big empty bowls home. She was like, y'all like it? I'm like, look. It was amazing. And they was like, when she gonna do that again, Don? But that's just how my mom was. But she'd, that was as we grew up. Because my mom laid the groundwork for me and my brothers. We have never, ever, ever had just one job. One job don't cut it. My mom always had 2 and sometimes 3 jobs to raise 3 boys, and she got it done.
How old were you on the first job your mama and daddy made you do? No, not wash the dishes. I'm talking about job.
You mean real job? I was
Yeah.
like 8. I was like 8 years old. My mom had a second job where she cleaned. There used to be a National Bank of Detroit on Wyoming.
Well, I remember
and
National.
Circle.
MBT.
Yeah, and my mom used to go in there and clean it. And she would take us in there to go clean it with her. And I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, I get to carry the garbage bag, And she would pay us, and I was like, cool.
I was about 8. My mom, so my mom worked at Blue Cross and Blue Shield,
Uh huh.
and then she came home and then she did taxes for other people, and then for different uh, uh, charities.
Uh huh.
And it was this one place called the United Sisters of Charity. They had a garden. We was in the garden pulling weeds. That was our job. We went out, pulled weeds and made sure the garden was cool and everything, clean up the place and everything for my mom while she was there doing taxes. So my mom went to that job as another job. Then we would go home and didn't have to clean up.
Wait a minute.
So
Wait a
we
minute.
was
Wait a minute.
constantly moving.
Oh, I'm getting ready to strike a nerve. This is what Bridget Sears says. Snow, trash, car washing are for brothers, fathers, nephews, husbands, boyfriends, uncles, sugar daddies, boys down the street, and it still is understood. I ain't shoveling nothing.
How did Bridget, are you married? How does your walkway look? You ain't shoveling nothing. I wonder if your walkway is clear.
Bridget ain't having it. Gaston also says, let me post this one. Gaston said, oh, that's my sister Delphine. She's down in Atlanta. Is it snowing in Atlanta? I wonder. Let's see. Here's what Gaston says. We also lost control of the neighborhood. It's a combination of things that keep the kids inside. Yeah, because we don't have any adult supervision. Because, all right, you're having a bunch of kids at a park is one thing, at a playground. But you need at least one or two adults out there keeping an eye on the kids, so that nobody comes and snatches the kids up or it hurts the kids, breaking up fights and things like that. Because kids are going to be kids. They're going to, that was a 3-pointer. I'm like, boy, this ain't the NBA. You shot it, it made it, it was 2.
Hold on, but the thing is, some of the parents that are there you have to watch them because of the simple fact they won't treat your children
The way
like
you treat them.
And then, but with that being said, if you're there and you see a parent treating your child like, just calm down, we gonna get this, blah blah blah, and your child is out of order, then you should be able to check your child. You don't go up to the parent and be like, you can't say nothing to my son. He's not your child, blah blah blah. That's what we've been getting.
And another
But we
thing
should-
is, we need
Thank you, Tweety.
community to come together. Maybe at that playground where the kids are playing, some of the other, not more than just one parent. And parents don't bring firearms to the playground. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, if your kid got a firearm and you don't, or if you do have a firearm and both of y'all are armed and going into the playground with their other children,
Wait a minute, what kind of kid would have a firearm at a playground?
come on,
A
this is
kid.
Detroit.
A kid.
Yeah,
What kind of kid?
the same ones that get hold of their parents' firearms and just want to be walking around.
That's
Big
what I'm talking
Willie
about.
style.
It's not their firearm.
Yeah,
it's
but
it's
they, come on, Juan. Come on.
I'm sorry. The kids don't have firearms. Kids take their parents' firearms.
Well, and if
do
the
what they
parent
gonna
don't know, it becomes theirs. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to use it. And that's how they end up hurting themselves. There's this big story on the news right now where the parents of this little boy who shot himself got hold of the gun and shot himself in the head. Boom. Okay? And so you just got to know where your firearm is at all times. I can tell you exactly where mine is. I can tell you exactly how many bullets are in it. Bridget said plowed and salted, cars cleaned off, and woman at the side door. And her driveway is cleaned with a T on it. So. But I mean, and with that being said, we do need parents to at least visit the park with the kids. More than one. Maybe this child, his parents, or one parent, that child's parent, so you can have 4 or 5 of them here just to
How about
monitor
you
and
not-
supervise.
How about you not drop your kids off at the park and just sit in the car? How about
Well, you
that?
can do that. You can do that. Keep an eye on them, as long as you ain't in the car smoking weed.
That's what
'Cause you
most
want-
of them be doing anyways. That's what I'm saying. How about you not drop them off and leave them?
Now, how about you not smoke weed?
Some parent that ain't ain't got no sense of direction
You
on
got to come
raising
to
no
the mic. You
child.
got to come to the mic.
Okay, how about these newfangled parents ain't got no sense of raising no child? Don't want
Ooh, spit that.
so they come into the park just to do what they want to do and let the kids run wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that's babies making babies. If you don't know nothing as a parent, how the hell you gonna teach your child something?
I'm gonna need you to put more than a titty in the screen.
Mike, I mean, I kind of, you know what your name is. You can't be saying the T word on the mic, okay?
What? I need her to put a face in here.
Yeah, sister's gonna have to lean in, you know.
Don't come to the mic and throw a chest in here. I don't need to fight nobody.
But
Oh, just
yeah, these kids are, and they soft. I should not have to drive down my street and see. I mean, even if there are no kids on my block, there are kids in my neighborhood. And it was me, Jesse, Craig. We'd leave out that early that day around 10 o'clock with our shovels. We wouldn't come back till we was $200-300 strong.
Now you talking about the generation behind us, right? You talking about the generation that got kids that's behind us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you talking about their kids, right?
Yeah, you mean the ones that have kids now?
Yes.
True hustlers.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Hustlers.
We was real hustlers.
But let me say this. Let me say this for all those true hustlers, because that's what we did. That's what we want. You have to remember, this is the same generation that the ones that's behind us that don't want to tip nobody. They barely want to work anywhere.
Yeah, they don't.
Who they gonna pay?
Well, see,
I
kids
come and shovel your snow. What you gonna? I say I need $20 to do it. What you think they gonna say? That's okay. Don't shovel my snow. Mm-hmm. And then they complain about the snow not being shoveled. Mm-hmm. Shoot, we used to shovel whole driveways, whole sidewalks. When we shoveled the snow, when they asked us to shovel the snow, somebody would say, "Send your boys down here to shovel our walkway," or it was an older person down the street. And my dad used to send us down there. We could not come away from that house if it wasn't done.
If it wasn't done.
House. Yeah. If it wasn't done like our house.
Well, see, the kids nowadays are looking for the easy way out. I mean, they're looking for the easy job that pays the massive amount of money. There's a kid out there, and I met his parents. This kid owns a McLaren, and he owns a custom Mercedes-Benz two-seater. McLaren is a two-seater sports car.
I know what it is, but
he makes $340,000 like every 3 months. He's a YouTuber. And he started out by just going out to dealerships and test driving cars, and then he would record it into YouTube, and he started getting followers. And now I think the kid's making like $3.5 million a year. Or they want to be a gamer. Or they want to, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but everybody is not going to be a gamer, just like everybody is not going to be in the NBA, everybody's not going to be in the NFL. We need to teach our kids trade or how to use your hands and your muscles in order to earn your money. You need to get up off your lazy ass, grab a shovel, get out there, move that snow. If not for your parents, do it for the old people next door. Learn to do something for somebody else other than yourself. That's when you start building, a strong work ethic. It's doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, which is called integrity. Okay? If your kid does not have integrity, if your kid doesn't have a strong work ethic, I'm not talking about with his brain. He might be a scholastic genius, but if his little light ass can't get out there and handle a shovel, there's something wrong. You dropped the ball as a parent, And what do you mean? My kid ain't got to shovel snow. I can pay somebody to shovel snow. Well, why is there snow on your sidewalk? Because I ain't feel like it. Yeah, well, then we got a problem. This is the problem with our people, with the younger generation. Are they Gen Zers, Gen Xers, or whatever? They even got a name for them. If your kid is 18, 19, 20, between 15 years old and 25 years old, and he has not shoveled the damn snow, there's a problem in your house. Unless that kid is
there's a problem with that parent.
There's a problem with that parent. between 15 and 25 if he has not got out there and shoveled that damn snow. I am 64. I did it from the garage all the way out to the street. Okay?
See, we don't really have to do my mom's driveway and walkway anymore because my brother has his own lawn care service, and so he goes over there, takes care of the shoveling and the snow blowing and up. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. And see, even if
thing
wait a
is-
minute, I got another one for you. Say hypothetically you have a service. Well, we can afford a service. We don't need that. Why don't you get your lazy ass kid a job with that service so they can develop a strong work ethic? Because life is long to that in that respect. That kid's going to have to learn how to work. Okay, if your kid don't know how to work, then you failed as a parent. It's because it's going to be that same kid that's going to get in front of another adult and say the wrong thing, and something bad's going to happen. I ain't got to do this. My daddy say I ain't got to work over here, and blah, 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 blah. Then he's going to carry his behind home, and then eventually the well's going to run dry at home. Well, my dad wouldn't buy me a new Beamer, and then the kid's going to go off and shoot up an elementary school and revolt. Every kid does not have mental freaking illness. If you don't teach that little Negro something, or a little white boy something, or a little Mexican boy something, or you know where I'm going with this. If you don't teach him nothing, he don't know nothing. And I got a problem with it. I see disrespectful children every day. John B. and I see them every day at the airport. Okay, they cuss back at their parents. I've seen a few of them hit their parents. Man, if I ever swing back on my mom, I'd wake up in a hospital somewhere if I woke up.
I told you what I did with that little boy in the grocery store, right?
Yeah. I'm like, it's just amazing that people allow these children to control their lives. Your child is not a freaking angel. Your child is a demon.
Wow.
Yeah. Your child is a spawn of Satan.
Wow.
Dawn says, how in the hell do you have a grown, able-bodied man living in your house and you as the mother have to do those types of chores? And I've seen that. Thank you, Dawn.
Because those mothers have not instilled the ethic of work in their children. They have not told, because I don't want to get into this single mom type of, talk and everything because,
my mom was a single mom.
No, but I'm saying single moms, before, they don't teach boys to be men like that anymore.
They don't.
They don't teach boys to be men.
I'm a firm believer that it takes a man to raise a man, even though my mom, she did a good job on raising 3 boys, and we have a strong work ethic, because it was necessary to create a well-rounded individual. My stepdad, Benny, my adopted stepdad, he taunted me and Carrie. And when we were teenagers, he'd be like, get off them bikes and come over here. And he made us mow the grass and rake the leaves, and we'd be out there half-assing it. And he'd be like, give me that break. I ain't never seen 2 boys that's afraid to do some work. To this day, me and Carrie, we like, how you doing, man? He's like, I'm afraid to do some work. That's our inside joke. I am pleased to say that most of you know what I do for a living. My brother Kerry is a surgeon, all right, in Chicago, doing very, very well, But Benny instilled, my mom started it, Benny picked up the ball and ran with it. He provided that strong male figure in the household, even though he wasn't in my household, for us to follow. And Carrie, Ray, and myself, we picked up on that. In return, Benny taught us that. He had a Benz, he had a mobile home. He was like, he had Cadillacs. He was like, listen, y'all do what y'all supposed to do, and I'll show you the reward. We mowed the grass, we mowed it at both houses, we raked the leaves, both houses, shoveled the snow at both houses. In return, we always was driving them Cadillacs. We were always driving those Benzes. We took the motor home to the senior picnic. Okay, that's the reward. So when you put something in, there is a reward on the end. But it doesn't have to be a reward, because now, over a period of time, we just did it because we were programmed to do it, because we were programmed to work. you know, and that's a good thing because using your muscles and using your mind is what we are here, what this body needs to do. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna let you jump in. Um, the second you retire, do you ever notice that when people retire, they stop working, and when they stop working, they stop getting up, and the second they start doing that, the body starts to shut down, and shortly thereafter, they die. That's why I work so hard. So when I retire end of the year, I'm still going to get up and do stuff until my body tells me to sit my happy ass down and take a breather. I'm going to keep getting up every day. And that's what we need everybody to do. That's why you're getting sick all the time. You need to move around. Your body is made, ever since you opened your eyes, you've been moving. As a baby, that's the movement. Then you learn to crawl. Then you learn to walk. Then you learn to run. Then you learn to think. And then which may lead you to doing other things. Your body is built to move. Okay? So all we as you as parents need to do is to teach your child how to do things with their bodies, i.e. get up and shovel the damn snow. Okay? Let's see. Dawn says, a neighbor of mine, single mom, 3 kids, 1 girl, 2 boys. Every last one of them had responsibilities of chores, and they all graduated from college with masters. Bridget, get used to it. I deal with it every day. They don't know how to tell time. They don't know how to shower every day. They don't know how to sweep or mop. They don't change their underclothes. One boyfriend or girlfriend is played out. That can't count change back. That can't count change. Oh, they can't count change back. Al Lindsay, good morning to you. Good, brother. BJ, morning. You just stay busy and never get sick. And BJ goes out and walks by the Detroit River, walks down the river walk. Okay? We got to get up. And make your damn lazy-ass kids get up and do something, too. And Juan getting ready to say something. I can tell. I can see it in his eyes. Your turn, Juan.
This is tough for me because my dad wasn't that dad that, you had a choice in the house. My dad told us, until you're 18, you're a slave in this house.
That's right.
So you do whatever we tell you to do. Until you're 18, you're a slave. When you're 18 and you're still in this house, you still have to follow the rules.
Right.
You don't have a say.
It's a kingdom.
You don't
it's
have
not a democracy.
Right, it's a kingdom. It's not a democracy. You don't have a say. When I had my first child, I was 15 when I had my first child.
Damn, boy.
My dad said 2 kings cannot stay in the house. You now have a child. You are a king. So now you must have your own kingdom.
That's right.
Dad set us up and then taught us responsibility, even though I was young. Shoot, my dad bought us an apartment, me and my sister. We had apartments because my sister was just a year older than me and she had a child. Mm-hmm. So we both had our own apartments at 15 and taking care of our kids, right? Mm-hmm. And I still had to pay half my rent.
Wow.
Even though I gave it to my dad never, was like, did this. I still had to pay half my rent. My dad took care of the utilities and everything. Or I don't know how that worked because I never had to pay it. But
he started you off on the right note for responsibility.
And my dad had this conversation with me. My dad said, you are not going to want to work for somebody your whole life. Mm-hmm. I did that. And I'm telling you, he said, I went from working for the military to working for Ford. And at the end of the line at Ford, all I got was a watch. Mm-hmm. He said, you're not going to want to work 30 years, 40 years with one company and not have your own.
Right.
He said, let your job pay for your dream. It's good that you send your kids off to college and things like that. But what happened if your child is not made for college?
Right.
What do you do then?
It is not made for college.
And that's why I'm saying that. So what do you do then? It's good that all her kids went to college and graduated with master's degree, but what are they doing with their masters now? Are they working in their field? Yeah. Because a lot of kids most of them don't spend money going to college and everything. and don't even work in the field that they had their masters in. And I know it's depressing and aggravating for those children and the parents that paid all that money for college, and then they come out and they still don't have a skill.
Come on, talk
So
to him.
now they don't have the entrepreneur spirit. They don't have, you know, that get up and go to say, okay, if I can't get a job here doing my field, I'm gonna make my spot in my field with myself. I'm gonna make my table. And a lot of parents have not shown their kids. Back in the day, when we were back in the day before, when we was coming up, and when our parents was coming up, they had to make their own space. Tell me
Yep.
they didn't.
Yeah, they
Tell me
did.
they didn't. They had to make their own space. They came up with ways to make extra money. You know, I'm gonna start me a small store. I'm gonna sell me some furniture. There are parents that, you know, they had all kinds of different um abilities with it. Some can make furniture, some can you know, they were good at finance. My mom was good at finance. Like Tweety said, my mom used to help people get grants. She still does that. And there
Did
was
you help a
you're
brother
right,
out?
there was no vision, no purpose for them. And they didn't push for that. They
Mhm.
didn't push for that. Every child is not, what do you do when every child is not good for college? You give them a vision. You help them with their vision.
You
My
find their
dad,
passion.
I started college, but I wasn't a big college fan, but I went. But my dad saw what my vision was and what I wanted to do in life, and he bought me my first video camera.
Really?
My dad went to the pawn shop and got me my first video. It was a RCA VHS camcorder with
Mm.
the little window on the side. It was kind of expensive with the little window on the side. And I used that camera all the way through high school until I got to Comcast and saw that it was bigger cameras and then started working with that. My dad pushed me. He told me,
Wow.
if this
That's
is
a
what you
blessing.
want to do, then do it. But don't try to do it broke. Make your
Mhm.
job pay for your dream.
Here, check this out. I mean, and that's wonderful. But I'm going to speak up. I call me the devil's advocate, call me whatever. But what do you do when your father's not there? Your biological father's not there to
Uh-huh.
help you pursue your dreams. See, I
Let me,
didn't.
let, me, let me give you that.
Wait a
Let me
minute.
give you that.
Let me explain. My biological father was not there. I discovered radio on my own, and I would listen to guys like Donnie Simpson. I would sneak over to WDRQ because the bus stop was right there, and I'd sneak into the back and peer into the back window, and I could see the back of the DJ's head doing his thing, and I saw the controls, and I was like, wow. That's what I want to do, you know. And I didn't know how to get my foot in the door. I didn't even know, how to approach it. I didn't have the advantage of having someone have faith in what I did,
You heard
because
Now
no
Listen,
one in my
WJZZ
family
Radio,
thought that a career in radio
Detroit.com.
was possible, let alone a life-sustaining thing. Then once they found that I could do it, that I really wanted to do it. Oh yeah, incidentally, I'm playing the blues for you right now. This is Albert
I see
King.
that. I see that.
When I did find out, you know, then people were like, that was back in the day of, oh, those radio announcers, they do drugs and they do this and it's all bad. It's all voodoo.
Well, let me tell you what my family did. When I was working at the plant,
Hmm.
and I started doing more jobs on the side at Comcast and doing little things like that. And when I quit my job at the plant, my mom cried. She said, "That TV thing is a hobby. It is not a real
That's
job.
what that's what they said about radio.
It's not a real job. You need a
Ron,
real
I'll do you
job."
one better. They said this logo behind me is a hobby. This is your side hustle. You need something that's gonna get benefits, and so I fell in line. I followed the status quo. I always maintained a real job, but I pursued this. And am I, am I
But
a
you
billionaire?
had to
No, no. But I do love what I do, and I'm so very happy
you
doing
had
it.
to teach yourself that, right?
Yeah.
So
I,
my father, after my mom told me that what I do is a hobby, my father was like, "Is that your dream?" I said, "Yeah." He said, then do you. The right man in your house, the right man around your children would do that. He would let them know, do you.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. You're a man. Put your foot out there. Have some face. Walk that
Follow
bridge.
your passion.
Follow your passion.
Your
Do
passion is what
gotta
you would do even if you were not getting paid
Not
for
getting
it.
paid at all,
You would
but
do it for free. Follow your
it's
passion.
nice to get paid.
Oh, yeah.
But you would do it anyway. You know what? That's my dad told me. You would do it anyway. What do you want to do with your life, even if you wasn't getting paid to do it? You know what I'm saying? And when you had the right people in your life, like single moms, if you got that uncle, that brother, or somebody that, and we got to stop thinking that the only people that can teach my son how to be successful is successful people, and then listen to Tyler Perry, listen to these people, listen to that.
That's
There's
bullshit.
somebody in your family that even though he has 10 failed businesses, he got one that's working for him.
Yeah. But like they said, there's an old saying that Thomas Edison, when he created the light bulb, he failed 1,000,000 times. And he was like, no, I didn't. I just found out 1,000,000 ways that it didn't work. And
There it is.
You eventually find the right formula, and once you find that formula, you look back on all those failed attempts and you say each and every one of them, I learned something from it. Okay.
What makes me so good at what I do? And I'm gonna just put this out there because I'm good at what I do. I'm
As
confident.
am
I'm confident in that. I'm good at what I do. But what makes me so good is because this field changes every 2 months, and you have to learn the new technology all the time.
Every 2
I
months.
keep up on the new technology. I keep up on everything. I read, I watch videos, I look at the new products and compare it to what I also have and see if the new product is an upgrade to what I'm doing. No, it's hardly anybody. When people need to do something in this city, when they say, I need to buy a new camera or I need to set up a studio, I need to do, I want to do radio streaming. A lot of times, I get that call. I get that call.
I mean,
even
for
if they
me,
don't go the route that I go, I get the call.
a lot of people tell me that, all right, I constantly hear, you've got that radio voice. And I'm like, it wasn't always this way. Don't get it twisted. I was born with this voice, very true. But it was through years of training and learning how to read out loud. Do you believe I was actually on a radio station, true story, and the very first time I was on the air on my show on Q106 in Jackson, Michigan, I couldn't read out loud. I mean, I couldn't pick up a newspaper and just pick an article and just start reading it verbatim perfectly. I would stutter. I couldn't pronounce things, and that's why I could pronounce them in my head, but I just couldn't relay that down to my mouth. So I practiced, and I practiced, and I practiced, and now, it's second nature to me. I can pick up anything and read it out loud to you, and read it, with expression, with the ability to deliver a sales pitch if necessary, bring drama into what you're reading, bring joy into what you're reading. And that's where it all came from. And then there's the articulation factor where I say yes, no. The words that end with T, you will hear the T, or an S, you will hear the S. Corey says, yeah, you've been running your mouth, and have had the gift of gab since I met you when I was 13 years old. And that may be true. I did have the gift of gab. I did talk a lot, but,
There's a
even
difference
that,
between talking and announcing.
Thank you. Hello.
There's a difference between it. And announcing is when you're doing it professional. Talking is just talking.
Yeah.
That's why they don't call the people on ESPN and all those other places that do the sports and stuff. That's why they don't call them DJs. They
Yeah.
call them announcers.
And see, I wish that people would stop calling me a DJ. I used to DJ.
I tell them I'm not a DJ. I'm
an announcer. I'm a broadcaster.
I'm a music controller.
I'm an announcer. I'm not a DJ. I can DJ. I got gear to DJ down in the basement.
I can't
But,
DJ. I can spend
Mellow
some-
Mike Norvell is both. Norvell's more like me. We both do announcing and we DJ. Mellow Mike, he does it more DJ than he does announcing. Gene Edwards, announcer. Billy T, announcer. Foodie, an announcer, a broadcaster. Same thing with Kyle Lamont. Me, Kyle, Foodie, Gene Edwards, J Square. We are announcers, we are not DJs. The only similarity is we both play music.
Right.
And you will know the difference when you come down and hear me. If I tell you I'm hosting an event, you won't see me behind the desk.
That's called MC.
Exactly. And that means I'm going to be talking.
Right.
Anyway, it's time for us to get out of here. It is 10:07. This hour, we've got Horace Silver. I got Willie Bobo coming up next. Grover Washington, Alexander Zonjic, Earl Klugh, Down to the Bone. Music from the Dramatics and Nita Baker. That's all this hour. Man, it's always a pleasure. Marvin Yates is with us. We call him Data. Marvin Yates, the man with the plan. What's happening, bro? If you're going out, please drive with the utmost caution and care. It snowed overnight. And if my snowblower is not down there when I go down there, I'm going to shovel that driveway again.
I'm going to go out here and shovel some snow.
Yeah. If y'all got younger people in your house, if they don't get out and go out help you, tell them if they don't have a job, they got to move.
Kids, if you're under 18 and you're still in high school, you have a job.
Yeah.
Your job is school. But parents, if you're a single parent, listen to me on this. Find out what your kid's favorite thing in the world is. And if that's their dream, they want to do that, help them
nurture that.
Live that dream.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah, cultivate it.
That's your job. You were giving kids to help nurture them. You was here to nurture them.
Yeah.
So find out what they want to do and then kind of push them into it and be proud of when they make them steps going into what they want to do.
Yeah, because college ain't built for everybody.
College ain't for everybody, and working at somebody's job ain't for everybody.
Hello.
They need to know how to make their own space. Say for instance, they do things with their hands and they're good in metal shop. Well, then they could make something for cars.
Yeah.
Show them how to create their space so they can do that, and then maybe a car company will call them because they need something. Because they need
direction.
They need that part that your son is making or your daughter is making.
And they need you as a parent to direct them. That's your job.
That's your job.
Everybody, if your child loves something, don't push them into the plant. Don't push them into college. If they want to sing and you can see that they might have a little talent for it, cultivate that. Find your child's passion, what they love to do, and then send them on their way. And help them as they go. They're going to fall a few times. That's what life is about. Everybody who knows how to ride a bike fail at least one time. Or who knows how to roller skate, you fail at least one time.
Black people, I just need to say this to y'all too. Stop sending your kids out after they turn 18.
Yeah. I ain't got no kids. I can't comment on this.
Let them babies stay in the house until they're ready to go. Until they found their way.
As long as they got a job.
I mean, they can have a job too, but
no, they better have a job.
No, I'm saying they can have a job, but let them stay.
They can stay. And I can't have these women running in and out the house, or these little boys running in and out the house.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go somewhere else. You still got to set rules. You still got to have boundaries. But they let them stay until they're ready to leave.
Yeah, because a lot of times, especially as black people, we put our kids out way too
early,
a lot of
and they're not
got
ready.
That old saying, and we've all heard it. And you wouldn't, from the time you're 12 till the time you turn 18, when your ass turn 18, you got to get the hell out of here.
And that's not right.
And that's not right.
And I don't mind your children. I wouldn't say force your children in a job, but during that time when they're still there, help them cultivate what they want to do.
J Square just posted something that's very, very prevalent to what we're saying. Yep. Some people kill your dreams because they never realize theirs. And that is a fact. I had to post that on the screen.
Some people are dream killers.
Yeah, because they didn't achieve theirs. They want to hold you down. That's not right.
But what I was going to say, to add to what I was saying, don't put them out. Teach them that their job is their path to their dream.
Yeah. You know.
That's what I was. It's okay for y'all to have a job, but that job is not going to be what makes you that person.
Right.
Your dream is what's going to make you that person. We don't have enough children out here that are electricians, that know how to work with their hands, that are carpenters, that are that can do stuff like that. If that's what they want to do, push them that way.
Right.
Push them that way. If they're good with their hands, if they're good at football, push them that way. If they're good at basketball, push them that way. But
now, I'm going to ask you something. I got to ask you. I got to post this. Corey says, unfortunately, my kids can stay forever. At least I know they're safe. Now, that's a good statement, except that first word is unfortunately. Why is that an unfortunate thing?
It shouldn't be unfortunate.
Thank you.
It shouldn't be. Those are your children.
Yourself.
Those are the people that you chose to protect. They are princes and princess in your house until they find their own kingdom.
Yeah. So I mean, I had to post that one up there because see, Corey say one thing, and then he'll turn around and say, punch him in the throat.
Well, we're not saying that you can't chastise your kids while they're there.
No, right.
I'm just saying, if they get to the point where they need, they have some people that they want to see and they want them to spend a night, then y'all need to go spend a night somewhere else. But y'all, I mean, that's if that's what you want. If you want them to stay at your house, that's fine. They can spend a night at your house. That's your rules. That's your house. I'm not going to tell you how to run your house, but
now, see, my mom
don't push them out.
Miriam said my parents who were strict allowed me to stay until I was 27, but I had a job and I paid bills, and she is still the same. And her kids, they're doing well and becoming independent. Her son just purchased his own home. Bravo!
And guess how he purchased his own home? Staying at home with mama.
There you go.
Saving up that bread.
Bam!
There it is.
Listen, let's get out of here. You guys go out there, be careful. It's ugly outside. It's beautiful, but it's ugly. Make it a good day on purpose. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Go Lions on Sunday. We are 1 down, 3 to go. All right? 1 down, 3 to go. And soon it'll be 2 down, 2 to go. All right? Make it a good day on purpose. Be the blessing I know that you are. Be the blessing I know that you are. Be the reason somebody smiles. Guys and girls, if you can, shovel that neighbor's walkway if they're a senior, okay? If you can. Throw some salt over there or something, make that snow melt. Make it a great day on purpose. Do it with authority. And remember to make each and every day count. We are WJZD Radio. Juan?
Every time we sit down here, I tell you to do the 3 things. But let's change those 3 things up today.
Okay.
Cultivate, love, and protect our kids. All right? Let's cultivate, love, and protect our kids today. All right?
Okay, sounds like a good thing.
And then live, laugh, and love, because you can't do anything without those 3 things. Live, laugh, and love today. Get out and enjoy today like it's the last day of the rest of your life.
Amen to that.
It might be.
It might be. You never know. I might come back on Saturday night. If I do, you gonna be around?
I'll be at work.
But you can still come on.
Unless, I'll come on.
Yeah, let's have some fun. We'll do some old school R&B.
That sounds like fun.
There you go. All right, guys, make it a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.